If the idea of making jewelry feels intimidating to you and you don't know where to start, this video is for you. Today I'm breaking down 8 easy jewelry making designs that you can start right now. So if you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button and let's dive in.
If you've ever wanted to make statement jewelry but felt intimidated by wire work, this is the project to start with. No soldering, no complicated tools, just simple spirals. Today we're making this copper spiral necklace. Start with medium gauge copper wire. Using round nose pliers, create a small center loop. That's your anchor. Then slowly wrap the wire around itself to form a flat spiral. You'll repeat this process to create multiple matching spirals. Don't stress about perfection. Consistency comes with practice. Lay the necklace flat as you go. This helps you check spacing and balance before moving on. And that's it, a bold handmade statement necklace made entirely from wire. If you're new to wire jewelry, this is such a confidence-building project. Let me know in the comments if you'd try this. Okay, tell me why copper wire is this fun to play with. I started by curling the wire into a tiny spiral, very trust the twirl energy. Then I just kept wrapping and shaping, talking to it a little. Don't judge me. Halfway through, I thought, is this a mess? And that's when you know it's working. Add a loop at the top, smooth out the curves, give it a final spin, and boom, spiral art, simple, sculptural, and way cooler than it has any right to be. This copper and garnet anklet is made with basic loops, simple spirals, and beginner-friendly techniques, no fancy tools. I started by creating these simple copper spirals, no measuring stress, just wrap, 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 and let the wire do its thing. Copper is forgiving, unlike my last haircut. Then I connected each spiral with small handmade links and added tiny garnet beads in between for that deep, moody pop of red. Garnet just makes everything feel a little dramatic, in the best way. The key is keeping your loops consistent and making sure each connection is secure but still flexible, because we want flowy elegance, not medieval armor. And at the end, a simple hook clasp made from the same copper wire so the whole piece feels cohesive and handcrafted. This is one of those pieces that looks boutique bought. Why does this feel like something you'd find at a fancy little boutique? This is actually just copper wire and a few beads. No magic, just vibes. I started by folding the wire in half and shaping it into a long U, keeping the ends nice and even. Then I slid on a few beads because, obviously, beads make everything better. Next comes the fun part, wrapping the wire to lock those beads in place. If it's a little crooked, congrats, it's handmade. Give the ends a gentle bend, smooth things out, and suddenly, you've got a chic hairpin that says, yes, I made this, without actually saying it. Tell me why copper wire instantly makes you feel a little magical. I started by wrapping the wire around a water bottle that was a similar size to my arm. Once it fit my arm, I was on to shaping the wire into 2 loose spirals, one for each end, because symmetry is cute but not mandatory. Once the shape felt right, I tightened the spirals and smoothed everything out. No sharp edges, we're classy. If it's a little imperfect, good. That's the handmade charm doing its thing. Slip it on, admire the shine, and suddenly you're wearing art. Simple, sculptural, and proof that copper wire belongs in your jewelry box. We are making this copper spiral bracelet, and yes, it looks way fancier than it actually is. All you need is copper wire, a couple of pliers, and the willingness to trust the spiral. I started by making a small coil, slowly wrapping the wire around itself. This is the key move. Don't rush it. Spirals like calm energy. Once I had one spiral I liked, I made a few more, trying to keep them roughly the same size, roughly being the important word here. Next, I connected each spiral with small loops of wire, kind of like linking tiny copper donuts together. At this point, it might look a little chaotic, and that's normal. That's the "is this working" phase. Once everything was connected, I gently curved the bracelet into a circle to fit my wrist. I tested it, adjusted it, tested it again. Very professional, very scientific. For the clasp, I added a simple hook on one end and a loop on the other. Easy, secure, and still cute. Then comes my favorite part: smoothing, tweaking, and admiring. Tighten any loose spirals, soften the curves, and let the copper shine. And that's it. You've got a handmade bracelet that feels artsy, boho, and slightly magical. Bonus points if someone compliments it and you casually say, "Oh, this? I made it." Toe rings are basically jewelry for people who love summer. All you need is a short piece of copper wire and some patience, just a little patience. I start by wrapping the wire into a tiny spiral, nice and slow. This is not the moment to rush. Spirals can sense fear. Once the center looks cute, I gently curve the wire around my toe to get the size. Test it, adjust it, repeat. Then I smooth the edges, tighten the spiral, and make sure nothing pokes, because toes deserve respect. If it's slightly imperfect, congrats, you made it by hand. Slip it on, admire the sparkle, and suddenly your feet are dressed up too. Simple boho and proof that copper wire can be a whole vibe. This tiny copper flower isn't just cute, it's functional. This little wire-wrapped bloom is actually a link for a bracelet or necklace, made from hand-twisted copper wire and lots of gentle curves. I love how it adds this soft, floral detail without being bulky, simple, sculptural, and a little bit whimsical. It's the kind of piece that instantly makes a handmade necklace or bracelet feel extra special.
Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.